Thank you for joining me again. I am a guy called Joe. This is Bootstrapping Guides, and today this is part 3 of our series on DataStudio. Just the basic starter series on DataStudio. If you don't know what DataStudio is, it's basically a free business intelligence tool, or BI tool for short, that Google provides. All you need is a Google account, and then you can get started in there. It's a really nice way to take those spreadsheets or any type of data that you have and present it in nice, beautiful ways. So up here we have a very simple guide to getting started with Google Data Studio. The link to this is in the description below if you want to check it out. Otherwise, we'll kind of pick up where we left off last time, which was with charts and tables and adding that to our report. So right now we have a lot of stuff going on the page, and we were resizing everything to make sure that we had enough room for different charts and being able to tell the story that we want to tell. One of the cool things about DataStudio is that you don't have to be limited to just one page. You can have multiple pages. So if you wanted to have one page be solely focused on users and sessions, you could do that, and then you can have your next page be more focused on page views and organic traffic, or your distribution of referral traffic, or whatever your source of mediums are. You can do that. So the way that you add in multiple pages is up over on the top left. There's a little button that says add a page. Once you click on that, it's going to generate a brand new page for you, and then you can see how many pages that you have. If you click on that again and then you hover over the page options, you can actually click and drag them if you want to rearrange it, and you can also rename them. So let's go ahead and rename the first one to, let's just say, user stats. And then for the second page, let's call that page stats. Page stats, not pages. So we'll save that. Let's go back over to page 1, the user stats, and then let's actually remove this page title table because we don't actually want it. What we can do here is let's copy this with Command C or Control C, and then delete that out. Let's go over to page 2, and then let's just do Command V or pasting, Control V if you're on a PC. Let's leave that there for now. And let's go back to the user stats. So now that you have multiple pages, you can start to story tell a little bit. Think about the type of message that you want to get out there. We have our map, which is actually kind of useful. We can see what our demographics are like, or the geography, and we'll add in some demographics now on this section here. Demographics wise, since we have a column chart or a combo chart, and then we have a map, why don't we go with a nice little bar chart here, and we can do a stacked bar chart. And we'll add that guy over here, and then let's do, instead of doing by country, let's do it by user, age. Let's do age. So we can take a look at the different age groups that we have, and then probably don't want to do the date type. So actually, instead of doing the breakdown being the age, let's go ahead and replace dimension for that. And then we have new users right now, but let's say new users, and then returning users, right? Return users, visitors, users, regular users. Okay, do that. And then actually Google Data Studio was smart enough to try to readjust our chart, our bar graph there. So let's actually change that back to a stacked bar chart. And then we can see the number of users versus new users and the different age groups that we have for there. If we wanted to break this down a little bit more, I don't know what we might want to drill down to. Let's actually leave it as this for now. Then let's make this a little larger. So we have that there now, and then we have this nice little graph along with the numbers next to it. What we might want to do here is maybe let's break this down a little bit more. Let's expand this so that it matches the sizing for everybody. So now we have age groups, we have the number of users per day, and then we can see the sessions for that. We have the users by their country area. Let's add in a pie chart or donut chart. Donut charts, why not? Those are fun. Add that here, and then let's do what Google calls gender. This is just based on the information that Google has, so it's not going to be super inclusive. It all depends on whether or not Google has the information or not. And then let's, we don't want the gender to be metric, so let's bring that up here. We'll make gender the dimension. And then what we'll do for here is users, and not new users, just all users. And we can see what the split is over there between the genders that Google is aware of. Can put that there, and then while we're at it, let's copy and paste this. Give ourselves a slightly different perspective here. So we can make this a little. Let's make it a little larger. Don't worry about that. It's just an error. Make this a little smaller, and then let's change this to be, instead of gender being the dimension, we'll go ahead and say user type. So user, and we'll select type, and this will give us new users versus returning users, so that we can see that metric as well. So now we have a single page that just talks about the users. We know their age groups, their demographics, the new versus returning, the gender, number of users, number of sessions, all that jazz. So let's go over to page 2 now, and then it's really basically the same thing. You just have multiple pages now for everything. So let's move the page title and the page views table down over to the side over here. And then we can do something similar that we did before. Let's add in a line chart. And then this is date by page views, so that way we can see all the number of page views that we've had within a certain time frame. And we can see how that grows over time. And down below, we'll have the number of the different pages broken down by their page views, so we can see that. Some of our page titles can get pretty large, so let's go ahead and increase that size there. So we have page views versus unique page views. And then something that would be useful for page views, maybe referral. Yeah, page referrals would be nice. So let's add in a bar chart here. I think that'll be good for that type of data set. Make this larger. Expand this down here. Make that fit nicely. And then we're going to add in, the metric is page views, but we're going to add in the dimension to be, I think it's called referral. There we go. So we have full referral, source referral, or full refer. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, so that's Google, Phaser, YouTube, all of that. We could do that. Let's see what the referral path looks like. And that's actually not set. Let's go back. So do a Command Z or Control Z. This is good enough. We can just keep it like that for now. But yeah, so we'll keep it simple. We're just using this as a test right now, but. So now we have 2 pages. So as you're presenting your data to whoever your stakeholders are, or your audience, whoever that might be, yourself or your colleagues or your bosses or your reports, you can come here and then hit the view icon. Let me just show you what this looks like. Once you have this all set up, people will come in here. They'll be able to take a look. They can click around if they wanted to, see, hover over all the different stats, make adjustments, and then they have all the pages on the right, the left-hand side here. Page stats, user stats. You can also collapse this so you can see more of what's going on here. Scroll around, hover over the line chart, see what's happening on each individual day. And as you can imagine, the more pages you have, the more in-depth that you can get with your report. This is essentially how you would start to create like a full length, if you have maybe one of those monthly or quarterly reviews of performance data. Or metrics or whatever, you can use this as a great way to kind of walk through it. Just start the meeting, go through each page, tell the story, and then at the end, everybody will have a clear picture on exactly what's going on. That's it for how to add multi-pages or add multiple pages to your Google Data Studio report. If you have any questions or you run into trouble, please don't be shy. Drop a comment down in the section below. We'll respond to anyone who has questions or needs help. And of course, if you like the video, please hit the like button so that you can help other people looking for something similar find this video and be helped just like you did. And this is just one part in our series for DataStudio, for DataStudio as a starter guide. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and then the bell so you receive notifications once we release the next set of videos. That way you can keep on track and then build out the report exactly the way that you need to for whatever you're doing. But once again, this is a guy called Joe with Bootstrapping Guides, and we're out.